Hi everyone, welcome back to another Best Practices video for first grade. I am Diana Simon and we're going to take a look at what one could expect to see and hear in a first grade mathematics classroom for this unit. Take a look at this picture. What do you notice? And what do you wonder? Hopefully you notice that according to this sign, the Eddie Bauer blankets are more expensive now than they were before the sale. Understanding place value is critical when looking at the value of a number. In this unit, our first graders will be comparing and ordering numbers to 100. The learning goals are as follows. Our students will be plotting whole numbers up to 100. They'll be using place value and models, including number lines, to compare whole numbers up to 100 using comparative language such as greater than, less than, and equal to. They will also be using comparative symbols, greater than, less than, and equal to compare two numbers up to 100. And they will be ordering whole numbers up to 100 using number lines and place value. What should student learning look like in our classrooms? We're going to take a look at some clips from STEMscopes. In Explore 1, students will use place value to compare numbers up to 100 using comparative language. Students will be building models to compare high school basketball team scores to determine a winner. In Explore 2, our students are to plot and compare written numerals using a number line and comparative language. In this Explore, students are working for an icy truck, and their job is to count, plot, and compare the number of ices sold of each flavor. Explore 3, students are comparing the weights of pumpkins by creating a pictorial model and using not only comparative language, but also the comparative symbols. And in the last Explore, our students work for a grocery store, and they use place value to order customer ticket numbers up to 100 using an open number line. We want to remind students to pay careful attention to the distance between the numbers when placing the customer tickets on the number line. Then the students plot the numbers on their open number line in their student journals. What should student learning sound like? The types of questions that we ask will help facilitate our students' discussions and allow them to reflect on their learning and the learning of others. Here are some examples of some questions that could be asked during this unit. Asking these types of questions also allows us the opportunity to informally assess our students' understanding of the concepts being taught in this unit. These questions and more like them can be found in the math chat sections of every Explore lesson found in STEMscopes. Explore lessons and classroom discussions allow for the use of content-rich vocabulary. Here is a list of some of the vocabulary we should hear our students using as they explain their thinking in this unit. This list can also be found on the parent letter in STEMscopes. How will our students demonstrate their knowledge? During this unit, we should be providing many opportunities for our students to demonstrate their understanding of benchmarks. STEMscopes provides activities like journal entries, exit tickets, show what you know activities, and fluency games that allow our students to demonstrate their understanding of the benchmarks being taught. This also gives the teacher the opportunity to informally assess the student's knowledge. As we visit classrooms, we may want to ask students questions to better gauge their understanding of the content. Here you see a couple of questions that we could ask students. We could ask, if a number has 6 tens and another number has 8 tens, Which number is greater and how do you know? Students should be able to explain that 8 tens is equal to 80 and 6 tens is equal to 60 and 80 is greater than 60. Another question we could ask is, what tools can you use to compare numbers? Here we would want students to be able to talk about using their connecting cubes, place value charts, number lines, and even hundreds charts to compare their numbers. We could ask, what do the different comparison symbols mean? Students should be able to explain that if you show them an equal sign, that it means equal to. If you draw a less than sign, they could explain that it means less than, and a greater than sign means greater than. If students want to continue their learning at home, engaging activities can be found on the parent letter for each unit or scope in STEMscopes. The parent letter has a tic-tac-toe board full of engaging activities that can be easily done at home to reinforce the learning being done in the classroom. Here is an example of a game that could be played with a deck of cards. In this game, students make two numbers that are less than 100. Then they compare the numbers using the comparison symbols less than, greater than, or equal to. Let's end our time together with a little place value riddle. I'll give you a minute to figure out the answer. Did you figure it out? The answer is 263. Through exploration and classroom discussions, our students will gain knowledge on how place value helps us when comparing the value of numbers. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time.